A wooden peg, when set into stone, can bear the weight of an entire elephant. In ancient times, people used this very technique to build stairs on sheer cliff faces. Initially, they would carve only shallow grooves into the rock and fit the wood into them. But whenever external pressure was applied to the wood, the joint would often break. Then they devised a trick. They carved deep slots into the stone, sinking 2/3 of the wooden peg inside. This made the joint somewhat stronger, but over time the wood would become loose. Especially when tension was applied, it would eventually separate from the stone. To solve this problem, they refined the method further. They increased the diameter of the inner part of the stone hole. They made a notch on the end of the wood and locked a wooden wedge into it like a mouth. When this was hammered into the hole, the pressure caused the wedge to expand outward and clamp tightly. And the remarkable thing that happened was that the wood became extremely firmly stuck in the stone. So how exactly did ancient people install stairs on cliffs thousands of meters high? First, they would soak select squared timber in copper oil treatment so that the oil would slowly seep deep into the wood. After months of soaking and drying in the shade, the wood would retain its flexibility while also becoming protected from insects and moisture. Then, precision drilled holes were made in the cliff. The wooden wedge lock and 2/3 of the wooden peg were hammered and set into the hole. Viewed from the side, it appeared that most of the wood was buried inside the mountain, and the small portion sticking out also possessed extreme load-bearing strength. To increase stability, support pillars were added below, and then wooden planks were placed on top to create a stone path, a hanging walkway. On this, stairs could be built further, or if desired, houses could be erected directly. Using this same technique, multi-level platforms of 3 stories were built, interconnected with pillars. Then beams were laid across them, balconies were constructed, doors and windows were installed, and finally, by laying tiles on the roof, the entire structure was completed. And in this very way, they invented the hanging temple. The hanging temple.